Have you ever noticed how quickly your legs can lose strength after just a short period of inactivity? Maybe it was after a week of being unwell, or perhaps you skipped your regular walks for a few days and suddenly climbing stairs felt heavier. Standing up from a chair took more effort. This isn't your imagination. After the age of 60, your muscles, especially in your legs, are in a constant silent battle with time. Here's the hard truth. Once you pass midlife, you naturally lose about 3 to 5% of your muscle mass every decade. This process has a name, sarcopenia, and it's not just about looking weaker. It affects how you move, your balance, your ability to stay independent, and even your metabolism and brain health. In fact, research from the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia and Muscle shows that muscle loss in the legs is one of the strongest predictors of frailty, falls, and even cognitive decline as we age. But here's the good news. You can fight back, and surprisingly, it doesn't start with the gym. It starts in your kitchen, specifically with one key food that science shows can slow and even reverse the wasting of leg muscles in seniors. Why? Because your muscles aren't just made of protein. They are living metabolic engines that depend on very specific nutrients to regenerate. Think of your muscle fibers like a house under constant repair. Without the right building blocks, no matter how much you try to stay strong, the structure keeps crumbling. Today, we're going to uncover the science behind this one powerful food, how it protects your muscles even at 75 and beyond, and why timing matters more than you think. I'll share how it works in your body at a cellular level, and give you simple, actionable ways to integrate it into your day, starting with your very next meal. So, if you or someone you love is over 60, stay with me, because what you eat first could determine whether your legs stay strong and stable or keep silently wasting away. 6 science-backed concepts with the hidden biology of sarcopenia cell cover. The hidden biology of muscle wasting after 60. Why your leg muscles shrink faster with age. The role of mitochondria and anabolic resistance. And why simply eating more protein isn't enough. The critical nutrient your muscles are starving for. A specific amino acid and micronutrient combination proven in clinical studies to trigger muscle protein synthesis even in seniors. Timing is everything. When you eat matters more than you think. How research on circadian biology shows that when you consume muscle-building foods changes how effectively your body uses them. How one simple food outperforms protein powders. The surprising whole food that delivers not just muscle-building amino acids, but also anti-inflammatory compounds that protect aging muscle fibers. The mind-muscle connection. Why brain health and leg strength are linked. How muscle loss increases risk for cognitive decline. And why preserving leg strength improves brain blood flow and neuroplasticity. A 7-day muscle rescue protocol for seniors. A simple science-backed plan you can start today to stop further muscle loss and rebuild strength, even if you're already feeling weak. We'll unpack each of these in clear, practical detail with research references, real-world analogies, and specific steps you can use immediately. I'll explain the science in a clear, relatable way using real research, everyday analogies, and engaging questions to keep the listener hooked. After 60, something subtle but profound begins happening inside your body. Your leg muscles, those powerful groups that once carried you effortlessly through life, start responding differently to the very same signals that kept them strong in your youth. Here's why. Inside every muscle fiber are tiny power plants called mitochondria, which create the energy you need to move. But as we age, these mitochondria become less efficient. Think of them like old batteries. They can still hold a charge, but it's weaker and it drains faster. This means your muscles recover more slowly, regenerate more slowly, and can even begin breaking down faster than they are repaired. On top of this, you develop something called anabolic resistance, When you were younger, a small amount of protein from a meal could trigger muscle protein synthesis, the process that repairs and builds muscle fibers. But after 60, the signal becomes weaker. It's like trying to get a sluggish radio to tune into a station. You need a stronger, clearer signal for your muscles to respond, and here's the kicker. Your legs, being the largest muscles in your body, are often hit the hardest. Studies from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition show that even short periods of inactivity, just 10 days, can lead to significant loss of leg muscle mass in older adults. This is why seniors can lose strength shockingly fast after something as simple as an illness, a minor injury, or even just sitting too much. Have you noticed how after a few days of rest, getting up from a chair or climbing stairs feels heavier? That's not just aging. It's your body rapidly the nutrient your muscles are starving for, losing the neural and muscular connection that once made those movements effortless. But here's the most important insight. Muscle loss isn't just about movement. It affects your entire physiology. Less muscle means lower metabolic health, weaker immunity, slower recovery from illness, and even higher risk for cognitive decline. In fact, research from the Mayo Clinic links reduced leg strength with decreased blood flow to the brain, which accelerates memory problems. So, if you think muscle is just for athletes or bodybuilders, think again. For seniors, it's the foundation of independence, balance, and even mental sharpness. Now, the good news is that this muscle wasting process is not inevitable. The key is understanding what your muscles truly need to overcome anabolic resistance. And it's not just more protein, it's about the right type of nutrient in the right form at the right time to flip the switch back on for muscle growth. And that's exactly where the one food we're about to reveal comes into play. It's not only packed with the specific amino acids your aging muscles crave, but it also contains compounds that reduce the inflammation and oxidative stress that make mitochondrial decline worse. Before we get to that, let me ask you, when was the last time you truly nourished your muscles with intention, not just eating to feel full, but eating in a way that sends a clear biological signal: stay strong, stay stable, stay alive? Now, we'll dive into the critical nutrient your muscles are starving for, and why most seniors simply aren't getting enough of it. So, what exactly is missing in the diet of most people over 60 that allows their leg muscles to silently waste away? It comes down to one essential trigger for muscle growth: leucine. Leucine is an amino acid, a tiny building block of protein, but it's not just any amino acid. It's the one that flips the on switch for muscle protein synthesis. When you eat enough leucine, it activates a powerful signaling pathway in your cells called M2R. Think of it as the construction manager that tells your body, okay, we have the materials, let's start rebuilding muscle. Here's the problem. As you age, your body becomes resistant to this signal. This is the anabolic resistance we mentioned earlier. In your 30s or 40s, a small serving of protein, maybe 15 grams, was enough to trigger mTOR. But after 60, research from the Journal of Nutrition shows you may need nearly double that leucine-rich protein to get the same effect. And here's where the food you choose makes all the difference. Many seniors eat meals that are too low in leucine. Think about a simple breakfast of toast and tea, or even a bowl of oatmeal. It's filling, but it's missing the very nutrient that tells your muscles to stay alive. But what if I told you there's one whole food that's naturally rich in leucine and comes with additional compounds that fight the inflammation and oxidative stress sabotaging your muscles? This food doesn't just provide the amino acids your muscles crave. It also delivers magnesium, zinc, and omega-3 fats, which research from Frontiers and Physiology shows are essential for keeping muscle cells metabolically active. And unlike processed protein, timing is everything. When to eat for strength powders, it comes in its most bioavailable, easily absorbed form. meaning your aging body can actually use it. Here's another fascinating insight. Studies on seniors show that when leucine is paired with anti-inflammatory nutrients, it overcomes anabolic resistance far more effectively. Why? Because chronic low-grade inflammation, something almost every senior experiences, blocks the very pathways that help muscles repair themselves. So this isn't just about eating more protein, it's about eating smarter protein. Protein that carries the molecular signals your body still recognizes even in your 70s. Imagine your muscles like a neglected garden. Standard protein is like water. It helps a little, but leucine-rich nutrient-dense foods are like a special fertilizer. They wake the soil up, repair the roots, and allow new growth to happen even after years of decline. And yes, the timing matters too. In just a moment, I'll explain when you should eat this to maximize absorption and trigger muscle building, even if you're sitting most of the day. But before that, if this insight is already sparking ideas and you want more science-backed ways to keep your muscles and mind strong after 60, consider subscribing to this channel. There's so much more we're going to uncover together. Now, let's talk about timing because research on circadian biology reveals something shocking. Even the best muscle-building food can fail if you eat it at the wrong time. Here's a surprising fact that most people overlook. It's not just what you eat, it's when you eat it. Our bodies run on an internal clock called the circadian rhythm, which regulates everything from your sleep patterns to your hormone release to how well you digest and absorb nutrients. And research shows that this clock doesn't just affect your brain, it affects your muscles too. A study published in Cell Metabolism revealed something remarkable. Muscle tissue is more responsive to nutrients earlier in the day. In the morning and early afternoon, your body is primed to absorb amino acids, trigger mTOR, and repair muscle fibers more effectively. By late evening, that response becomes weaker. Your muscles simply don't listen to the same signals as well at night. Why does this matter for seniors? Because many older adults eat their largest meal late in the day, sometimes skipping breakfast entirely or having something light like toast or fruit. That means you're missing the prime anabolic window, the time when your muscles are most ready to rebuild. Let me give you a simple analogy. Think of your muscle cells like sponges. In the morning, after a night of fasting, they're dry and highly absorbent. They soak up nutrients quickly. By evening, after being exposed to meals and stress hormones throughout the day, they're already saturated, less able to take in the critical amino acids that rebuild strength. So what does the science suggest? Eat your most leucine-rich muscle protective meal earlier in the day, ideally at breakfast or lunch. In fact, a study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who distributed protein more evenly across meals rather than saving most of it for dinner had significantly better muscle mass and strength over time. Now, here's where the one food I'm about to reveal becomes even more powerful. When eaten first before other foods in your meal, it gets digested and absorbed faster, delivering those crucial amino acids directly to your muscles when they're most receptive. Think about it. If you start your day with just carbs, toast, cereal, or fruit, you're giving your body energy, yes, but not the signal to maintain your leg muscles. But if you start with a bite of the right nutrient-dense food, you're telling your body, don't break down muscle today, build it instead. This timing isn't just about the muscles in your legs. It impacts your balance, stability, and even your metabolism throughout the entire day. Stronger muscles mean better glucose control, better brain oxygenation, and a lower risk of falls or frailty. So, here's the key takeaway. What you eat first sets the tone for how your muscles behave. All the one food that outperforms protein powders day long. If you're over 60, your very first bite could mean the difference between maintaining strength or continuing to lose it. Now, let's get even more specific. Now, We'll reveal the exact whole food that outperforms protein powders for seniors, why it's easier to digest, and how it does more than just build muscle. It protects it from the inside out. So, what is this one simple food that science shows can outperform protein powders for protecting and rebuilding muscle even in your 70s? It's sex eggs. Yes, something as humble as an egg is one of the most powerful muscle-preserving foods you can eat, especially after 60. But here sits why it sits so much more than just protein. First, eggs are rich in leucine, the very amino acid your aging muscles are starving for. In fact, just 2 large eggs provide about 1.2 grams of leucine, enough to start nudging your muscle protein synthesis pathways back into action. Compare that to many plant-based proteins or cereal-based breakfast, which barely deliver a fraction of what your muscles need to stay alive. But it doesn't stop there. Eggs also contain phospholipids and choline, which play a crucial role in maintaining the health of your cell membranes, including the delicate membranes in muscle fibers. And here's something fascinating. Choline is also essential for acetylcholine production, the neurotransmitter that your brain uses to tell your muscles to move. So, by eating eggs, you're not just feeding the muscle, you're strengthening the mind-muscle connection that helps prevent falls and instability. And unlike many processed protein powders, eggs are naturally anti-inflammatory. The yolk contains compounds like lutein and zeaxanthin, which research in nutrients shows reduce oxidative stress that damages mitochondria in aging muscle. This means you're not just building muscle, you're protecting it from the very processes that accelerate decline after 60. Now, some people still fear eggs because of old myths about cholesterol. But here's what modern science tells us. Dietary cholesterol from eggs has minimal impact on blood cholesterol for most people. In fact, studies in seniors show that moderate egg consumption improves HDL, the good cholesterol, while supporting muscle mass retention. What makes eggs especially powerful is their bioavailability. The protein in eggs is easier for your body to digest and absorb compared to many other sources. Think of it like this. Plant proteins are like a locked treasure chest. You have to work hard to get the nutrients out, but the amino acids in eggs are already unlocked, ready for your muscles to use. Now, here's a practical way to make eggs even more effective. Eat them first before any other part of your meal. Why? Because when you start with a leucine-rich food, it triggers a faster insulin response and drives those amino acids directly into your muscle cells. Pairing eggs with a small serving of omega-3 rich foods like spinach cooked in olive oil or a few walnuts amplifies this effect even more. So tomorrow morning, instead of reaching for toast or just fruit, start your meal with 2 or 3 whole eggs. You're not just eating breakfast, you're literally sending a message to your body. Keep my legs strong, keep me stable, keep me independent, and if you're worried about variety or taste, remember this. Eggs are versatile. You can boil them, scramble them with greens, or even blend a soft cooked egg into a warm soup. The goal is consistency. Your muscles need this signal daily. If this insight is helping you connect the dots, I invite you to subscribe because in upcoming videos, we'll go even deeper into foods, timing, and habits that protect your strength and brain as you age. Now, we've uncovered what to eat and when to eat it, but why does keeping your leg muscles strong actually protect your brain as well? That's what we'll explore next. When we talk about muscle loss, most people think about mobility. Climbing stairs, standing up, or walking without assistance. But here's something few realize. The strength of your leg muscles is directly linked to the strength of your brain. How is that how strong legs protect your brain possible? Your legs aren't just for movement. They're like pumps that help circulate blood upward, delivering oxygen and nutrients to your brain. When your leg muscles shrink, they lose this pumping power, and your brain literally gets less nourishment. In fact, a study published in Gerontology found that seniors with stronger leg muscles had better memory, faster processing speed, and lower risk of dementia over a 10-year period. Think of it this way. Every time you take a step, your muscles act like an assistive heart, sending blood back up to your brain. When those muscles weaken, circulation suffers and so does cognitive function, but it's even deeper than circulation. Your muscles also produce molecules called myoins, tiny signaling proteins released during movement. Myoins travel to your brain and stimulate neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections. This means stronger muscles literally help keep your brain adaptable and youthful. When muscle mass declines, the production of these protective myoins also declines, leaving your brain more vulnerable to aging. Have you ever noticed how a few weeks of inactivity can leave you not only physically weaker, but also mentally foggier? That's no coincidence. Research in Frontiers and Aging Neuroscience shows that just 10 days of reduced movement can lead to measurable decreases in hippocampal volume, the part of the brain crucial for memory. So, when you lose leg muscle, you're not just losing physical strength, you're losing one of the key protectors of your brain health. This is why maintaining and rebuilding muscle isn't just about preventing falls or staying mobile. It's about keeping your mind sharp, focused, and resilient against cognitive decline. And here's where eggs and other leucine-rich foods play a hidden role. By maintaining leg muscle mass, you're maintaining the very system that supports brain health. Plus, remember the choline in eggs. It directly supports acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter critical for memory and learning. So, this one simple food supports both your muscles and your brain simultaneously. Let me ask you, when you think about staying mentally sharp into your 70s and beyond, do you also think about how strong your legs are? Most people don't make that connection, but now you know it's inseparable. In just a moment, I'll give you a 7-day muscle rescue protocol, a science-backed plan to start reversing leg muscle loss immediately, even if you've already been feeling weaker. But first, if this connection between your brain and body is resonating with you, take a second to hit that like button. It tells me this is the kind of science you want more of. Now, let's bring everything together into something practical and actionable. Now that you understand why your muscles waste away, what nutrients they're starving for, and when to eat them for the best effect, let's put it all together into a simple 7-day muscle rescue protocol you can start immediately. This is designed for anyone over 60 who feels their legs getting weaker or simply wants to prevent that silent decline from stealing strength and independence. It's built on the latest research from journals like Clinical Nutrition and Frontiers in Physiology, and it's easy to follow. Day 1 to 3, prime the muscle switch. Eat leucine-rich protein first thing in the morning. 2 or 3 whole eggs are ideal. If you prefer variety, you can rotate with Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a small portion of salmon. Pair it with a healthy fat like olive oil, avocado, or walnuts. This 7-day muscle rescue protocol for seniors slows digestion slightly, ensuring steady amino acid release to your muscles. Avoid starting your day with only carbs like bread or cereal. They won't trigger muscle repair. Light movement within 30 minutes of eating. A simple 5 to 10-minute walk after breakfast enhances nutrient delivery to your muscles. Day 4 to 5 boosts the mind-muscle link. Add a short stability and strength routine focused on your legs. Simple chair stands, calf raises, or gentle squats are enough. Why? Even mild resistance exercises increase your muscle sensitivity to leucine and help overcome anabolic resistance. Continue eating leucine-rich foods earlier in the day. Don't save all your protein for dinner. Your muscles respond better in the morning and afternoon. Include magnesium and omega-3 rich foods like spinach, pumpkin seeds, or a small portion of sardines. They reduce the inflammation that blocks muscle repair. Day 6 to 7, rebuild and reset. On these days, add an extra serving of muscle protective protein at lunch. Perhaps an omelet with leafy greens or a small portion of chicken or tofu with quinoa. Keep your dinner lighter and avoid eating too close to bedtime. This supports better overnight recovery and mitochondrial repair in your muscle cells. End your day with gentle stretching or yoga to improve circulation and reduce stiffness that limits movement. By the end of just 1 week, you'll start noticing subtle changes. Standing up feels easier, climbing stairs feels less daunting, and you'll even feel steadier on your feet. Why? Because you're no longer letting your muscles run on empty. You're feeding them the exact signals they've been waiting for. And the beauty of this protocol is that it's sustainable. You're not relying on expensive supplements or complicated routines. You're simply using timing, nutrient density, and gentle movement to reverse the biology of decline. To make it even simpler, here's the golden rule. Eat your muscle food first. Move your body gently every day and do it consistently. That's how you build strength you can feel even at 75 and beyond. And remember, this isn't just about your legs. It's about your whole life. Stronger muscles mean better balance, better metabolism, and even a sharper brain. Now, let's wrap everything together with a powerful recap and a challenge you can start today. So, let's step back and connect the dots. We began with the reality that after 60, your muscles, especially in your legs, face a silent, relentless decline. Sarcopenia creeps in. Mitochondrial power wanes, and anabolic resistance makes it harder for your body to respond to the same signals that kept you strong in your youth. Left unchecked, this isn't just about weakness. It's about losing mobility, independence, balance, and even brain health. But we uncovered something equally important. This decline is not inevitable. We explored how your muscles aren't just made of protein. They depend on specific amino acids like leucine to flip the repair switch back on. And we learned that your aging body doesn't respond the same way it once did, which means you have to eat smarter, not just more. We saw why timing matters, how eating muscle-building foods earlier in the day, especially as your very first bite primes your muscles to respond better. We revealed the surprising powerhouse food that outperforms protein powders for seniors' eggs, and how they deliver not only leucine but choline antioxidants and brain protective nutrients all in one perfect package. And we uncovered a deeper truth. Maintaining leg strength is about more than just movement. It's about circulation, myones, and the mind-muscle connection that literally protects your brain as you age. Strong legs keep your brain sharp. Weak legs starve it. Finally, we tied it all final recap and challenged to start today together with a 7-day muscle rescue protocol. A simple plan to start rebuilding strength immediately, even if you've been feeling weaker for years. It doesn't require a gym membership or fancy supplements. It just requires intention. Eat the right nutrient, dense food first, move gently every day and do it consistently. Now, let me ask you, what would it mean for you to feel stronger on your feet a week from now, to wake up with more stability, more energy, and more confidence that your body can carry you wherever you need to go? What would it mean for your loved ones to see you stay independent and sharp for years to come? You can start that change today with just one meal. Tomorrow morning, before anything else, crack open 2 or 3 whole eggs. Pair them with some leafy greens or a handful of walnuts. Then take a short walk. You've just told your body, I'm not giving up my strength. I'm not giving up my independence. I'm staying in this fight. And here's my challenge for you. Try this for just 7 days. Notice how your legs feel at the end of the week. Notice how much easier it is to rise from a chair, to walk, even to think clearly. Small, intentional steps add up faster than you imagine. If this science, backed approach resonates with you, if it gave you an aha moment, join our growing community. Hit like, share this with someone who needs it, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. We're diving even deeper into the strategies that keep your body strong and your mind sharp as you age, because you are not powerless against time. With the right knowledge, you can rebuild, you can protect, and you can thrive at any age. So take that first bite tomorrow morning and let it be the start of a stronger, sharper, more vibrant